Hello guys, good day. Welcome to Math 205, Modern Geometry. I am Dr. Joey Carakil. I would be your instructor for this subject this semester. Now to start with, let me give you an overview of the subject. So on screen, you can see our syllabus. This should be our guide. This should serve as our guide on how we are going to go about this subject. So as we can see in the description, it said that this course is intended for you BS Ed Mathematics students to make use of your knowledge in logic, and you would be introduced with the concept of axiomatic systems. When you say axiomatic systems, that is how all branches of mathematics were developed. So as we can see in the course description, it said there that this would tend to pull you away from the familiar Euclidean geometry. But then we would have to still remember the basic concepts of Euclidean geometry, the plane and solid geometry that we have learned in our previous subjects, to be able to understand fully the concepts in modern geometry. So this subject is composed of 4 units. 2 units for the midterm, then the remaining 2 would be for the final term. The first unit called axiomatic systems and finite geometries. So here, as I have said, the concept of axiomatic systems would be introduced. So we can see how most branches of mathematics were developed, starting with the terms, the axioms, and then the theorems that were derived from the axioms or the assumed true statements in the knowledge, in the body of knowledge. And then the second unit would be about the non-Euclidean geometry. This is another term for modern geometry. But again, as I have said, we would have first to recall the basics of Euclid's geometry, because modern geometry came about because of the curiosity of mathematicians about Euclid's postulates in Euclidean geometry. So the two most famous non-Euclidean geometries are the hyperbolic geometry and the elliptic geometry. This would be taken up in this unit. Then the last 2 units would talk about transformations. If you can recall in your algebra, we say functions, it is a rule that assigns an element of one set to a unique element of another set. The same concept can also be applied in set of points in geometry. So some functions may interestingly transform, or shall we say change the form of set of points. For example, a line or a line segment. A function or the effect of a particular function can either be to shrink the line or to stretch the line, or simply to transfer the line in another place in the plane. So these are what we call transformations. This would be taken up in the last 2 units of this course. Our book, our main textbook, would be this one, written by Judith Sederberg, entitled A Course in Modern Geometries, 2nd edition. You don't have to worry, because I would provide a copy of this book, an electronic copy of this book, through our group chat. I hope that you would be able to download it, because most of the discussions, most of the details of the discussions would be on the book. Also, some of the exercises are found in the book. But as a supplement, I would also be providing video lectures on how the proofs were constructed, some examples, illustration on how problems are solved Although these examples are in the book, I would supplement it with video lecture so that a more detail can be provided and you would understand the subjects or topics well. And then for our grades, you would be graded based on two criteria, only two criteria: the learning tasks and the integrated documentary portfolio. I hope you already have understood what we meant by this integrated documentary portfolio as discussed in the orientation. By the way, the distribution would be 80% of your grades would be taken from the learning task, and the remaining 20% would be from your portfolio. Each teacher would be grading your portfolio, and personally, I would grade your portfolio as a whole. I would not just look at the learning experience you have cited in your portfolio for my subject, but I would look at the entire portfolio and judge on how far or to what extent have you gone to acquiring the necessary competencies for this course, for your program, BS Ed Math major. So I hope that you would enjoy this subject, and please do not hesitate to ask questions through our group chat whenever you feel necessary. Thank you. Bye.